Hi everybody, Jennifer McCulloch with eXp Realty. I hope you guys are having a great day. We are May. There is snow on the ground and I am just trying to keep a good attitude even though if you're like me, you're wondering where should we move to next? Where can we go to escape this? Anyway, it'll be gone soon. Spring will be in the air and we will survive. I am excited to bring my book of the month to you. I'm really excited to talk about this book. So just a little background. So since I moved over to eXp Realty, they have within I'm part of the group that I'm with, they do a morning mastermind, book mastermind. So we read different books and then, obviously talk about it. And I've not, this is not a book club. It's very different in the sense of I see a lot of value coming from it. We're just gaining so much perspective and learning. It's holding me accountable to make sure that, when I get home at night, instead of maybe sitting down and watching TV, I'm like, oh, I got to read, one chapter of this book. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And I'm enjoying learning from so many other people, their perspectives and takes on things, because we're all at different stages of our life. We're all in a different place. And so what I might take away from something, somebody else is getting something kind of completely different. So I've really been enjoying that. And if you're curious about that, I know I had a friend that I talked to the other day who was like, gosh, I would really love to do something like that. Let me know. You can hop on these calls and you're welcome to join. They're fantastic. I love it. So anyway, this book we just finished is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And it says Dynamic Techniques for Turning Fear, Indecision, and Anger into Power, Action, and Love. And it's written by Susan Jeffers. When we first started this book, I thought, yeah, I get it. If we're afraid, you just got to plow through it, right? How do you overcome fear? You just do. You just got to do. And I ended up getting so much more out of this book than I realized that I would. It does a great job of giving you exercises and some tools and things to work through on finding your own unique power, because we all have it. We all have it inside of us. And sometimes we just need to realize it and then learn how to tap into that. And it kind of teaches you how to realize, obviously we can't control anybody around us and things happening around us, but we can control ourselves and we can learn to change ourselves. Because guys, at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save you. I'm sorry to break it to you, but if there's something you want in this life, we have to act. We have to take charge. We have to not sit around and wait. It's not going to just fall in our lap one day. We have to literally take action. So a couple things that I really love that I'm going to share a few little takeaways. I don't want to share too many because I want you to read it and I want to hear what you get out of it. So a couple takeaways I had is, one, all of the fear that we have about different things is just the lack of trust in ourselves. Feeling maybe an inability to be able to handle whatever is going to come our way from certain decisions and choices. And it's interesting, and I think about that and I look back at points in my life where things I've had to work through and overcome, and we all have them. And now I can see it in such a different way where I appreciate the growth that I took. I realized I could handle it, maybe even better than I thought I would. And some of the things I wish I had done sooner because I didn't, because I was too afraid. And it really has taught me that I can trust myself. And so, then when the next new thing comes along and I'm nervous or afraid, I have to realize that hey, I can trust my ability to get through whatever. And to know that I can accomplish whatever it is that I want to accomplish. So anyway, I love that. it talks about creating these models where sometimes we think, and I'm really guilty of this, like if I'm trying to make a decision, I'm so afraid of making the wrong one. And it really gave me a new mindset on there is really no wrong decision. Like it's just, you're going to go down these different paths. And if we open our mind to the idea that no matter which path we take, there's going to be good things that can come our way. And not to look at it like, well, one's going to bring something really bad and crappy, and the other avenue is going to be great, right? It'll be perfect. Yeah, life doesn't really work like that. We create our own reality. So whatever we perceive something to be, realistic or unrealistic or attainable or not attainable, like that becomes the reality. And so that is going to be one of my goals that I work on, is realizing like I don't need to have paralysis by analysis, because regardless of the choice that I make, good things can come from it either way, as long as I am open to that and I'm seeing it in that way. So another big takeaway I had was, if you're focused on the way you think something should be, we miss the opportunity to enjoy the way that it is. And that's kind of a big one, because sometimes we don't really like the way something is. But again, it's like, if we look at it in a different light, like how could we see that differently? We are in such a hurry all the time, and we want to get through, even difficult times in our lives and challenges, but sometimes those also bring on really beautiful things and beautiful moments. And I think learning to slow down and appreciate and enjoy those is really tremendous. And, I was reminded of that recently when I know many people may know Jean Henninger. She was a real estate agent for like over 40 years. And her and I kind of partnered up this last year and a half or so. And I learned so much from her, and I thought I was coming into this to help her with her business and help her with technology and just, try to make her life easier. And I think there was times that I look back now and I realize like how much she really was teaching me all along, right? And I learned a lot of patience. I learned a lot of love. I learned about the joy that life is around you when you just stop and appreciate it and enjoy it. And she recently passed unexpectedly. And, those moments always make you reflect, for sure. But it's so true that we just need to stop and go, quit thinking about how we think something should be, and appreciate it for what it is, and honor that, and just enjoy where we're at in the moment, right? So, and that kind of goes into the next thing of being impatient is a punishment to ourselves. Oh my gosh, another thing, I'm so impatient. And all it does is create stress, dissatisfaction, and fear. And my husband's super patient, and I admire that about him. And except when we're driving and I have to give him instructions when we're navigating the road, I'm terrible at that, and he might get a little impatient with me in that regard. But most of the time he's super patient, and I wish that I'm working on developing that skill, because it is a skill, and it's a great gift to have. And but man, don't we? It's like, why are we always in such a hurry? We're just all the time with everything. So I love that. Let's see, what else? I think those are kind of my big takeaways. And you guys, I love Audible. Audible is great, and I get it. It makes life so much easier. But let me tell you, like can you see? I don't know if you can see all the pink highlights in there. I love being able to have the actual book so that I can highlight things in it, and I can go back and reread it and see what takeaways I had. And what's really cool is like going back and rereading books that I read years ago and seeing that I'm getting something new out of it, because I'm in a different place in my life. So the things that maybe stuck out to me before are now different because of where I'm at and the things that have already grown. And it's like, we just are continuously growing. And I'm grateful for this mastermind I'm a part of, because with this company, I mean, I just feel like it's not just about all business, right? It's really a self-development company, and it's like as we grow, you know, your business is gonna grow, and it's been a really cool thing. So in fact, right now we are actually reading The Ultimate Sales Machine, which has actually been really fascinating. But yeah, this was a great book. So feel the fear and do it anyway. I challenge you to read it, and please share with me if you have recommendations on something you think I would love to read. I'd love your takeaways if you read the book, and just to know like how you enjoyed it or if it impacted your life. And I share these with other people because it helps me take even more away from the content to be able to share with others. And I am such a work in progress, and even doing like these videos is really challenging for me. I always thought I was kind of extroverted, but I've actually realized I'm kind of an introvert. And so doing these is kind of challenging. And so when I share it, I'm hoping that there's, you know, I just feel like there's always somebody out there who needs to hear the information. And I've learned so much from other people. And so it, to me, is just, we got to keep giving back, right? And this is my way of giving back and saying thanks to those that helped me along the way. And I want to help anyone else along the way. So hope you enjoy the book. Have a great day. And thanks for watching.